What's up, Drippy Reeds gang? It's your girl Tati, and I'm back with another video. As y'all can tell by the title, this video is about to be a story time. All about how I accidentally stuck myself with my EpiPen yesterday morning. I know.
You're probably thinking, how can you accidentally do something like that?
It's actually probably pretty common. A lot of people who have an EpiPen probably have done it. So if y'all want to hear more about this and y'all want to know how this happened, y'all stay and y'all watch the full video. Make sure y'all give this video a big thumbs up right now. Make sure y'all comment after the video. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure y'all smash that subscribe button and click on that bell so y'all never miss a video from us. Alright, y'all, so let me tell y'all about how this all happened, okay? Honestly, this all happened because I was just trying to get my girlfriend prepared. I was just trying to get Sydney prepared just in case we were ever in a situation where she need to administer the EpiPen to me. So, you know, if we're in the situation, she's not overwhelmed, she's not looking at me like, I don't know what to do, like, you ain't teaching me nothing, get it together, you better stick yourself because I ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? Trying to prevent that. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna show her. So basically, you know, I was in the car, me and Sid in the car, we were eating our breakfast on the go, eating bagels. And it's maybe about 10 minutes before she has to leave to head to work. So I'm like, oh my gosh, in my head, this is the perfect time to kind of just show her how to use my EpiPen. So I got a new one. And I was like, yeah, you know, this is a new one. It kind of talks, it kind of just guides you and tells you what to do. So I was like, you know what, this is perfect. I can show her how to use it, but she also has the lady speaking. So like, it should be pretty simple. So I took it, I grabbed it, and I was like, here, I got it in my backpack, and I was like, okay, this is it. It's like a little square rectangular. I'm gonna put a picture up right here, but it's square rectangular, and you kind of just open it up. It speaks to you, tells you what to do. You have to put another red thing off, and then boom, you stick it to your upper right thigh or the person's upper right thigh. You hold it there for 2 seconds. After you hit the click, you take it out. So I'm showing her that, and she's like getting it. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's like, okay. And I show her twice, and I'm like, okay. So now you do it. And you know, she did it, and she's like, oh, okay, cool. So I'm like, how about you do it again? So she's doing it, guys. She got it. We're all good here. It all makes sense. So me, in a sense, I guess, being a dumbass and not really looking at what I was doing and not paying attention, I was like, oh. So I wanted to show her my original EpiPen that I got about 2 years ago. Once again, I'm going to insert the picture right here. But I got an EpiPen 2 years ago, and this one is much longer. It's wider. It's not like a pocket-sized thing, which used to make me angry because I always felt I had to carry a bag or something because I always needed this on me because you just never know. So yeah, I pulled out my bag and not remembering that the one that's in my bag is not my trainer. Like, this is my actual EpiPen. But in the moment, guys, I was not thinking that. I'm like, yeah, I want to show my girl, you know, the difference between this EpiPen and that EpiPen and how to use it and why I feel like the new one that I got is better. So guys, I proceed to take the EpiPen out of the case. Yep, I do. Took it out the case, and now you have to lift the top off. So I lift the top off, and it's like, in a sense, now that I'm thinking about it, I really should have realized in that moment, like, okay, this is not my trainer. This is not the trainer, and I need to put this away. This is the real thing. This is the real deal. I was like, damn, okay. So, but you know, I didn't do that. So I'm sitting there, and I take the EpiPen And I'm like, okay, so this is the bigger one, and this is what you have to do. So yeah, I take the EpiPen and I stick it right into my thigh. Mind you guys, this is not the trainer. This is the real EpiPen. I stick it into my thigh. I stick it and I heard the click and I immediately throw the EpiPen away from my thigh, because I realized in that moment that it wasn't the trainer. It was the real deal. This is not a drill. It's not a test. This is the real deal. So I threw it. So now I'm panicking. I look at Sid and I'm like, Sid, call 911. And she's kind of like giving me this look like, is she serious? Like, I don't really know what's happening. So she's just kind of like looking at me like that. So I'm like, no. Sid, call 911. Like, call them right now. Like, I stuck myself. Or I think I did. So she immediately like grabs her phone and she calls 911. And she's like, hello, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Obviously telling them what happened. Now, in the moment, I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, let me calm down. Because I knew if I wasn't calm, she wasn't going to be calm either. And that's not what I needed in that moment, because I was already now feeling incredibly anxious and nervous, because before that happened, I've never used my EpiPen. Like, I just have it, but I never used it. So that's really why I needed her and wanted her to call 911, because I just never used it. So I didn't know how my body's going to react to it. They normally tell you if someone sticks you with it or you stick yourself with it, you need to call the ambulance immediately, because basically it like speeds up your heart rate and open up your lungs so you can get air through, because obviously the person having an allergic reaction is not getting air in their chest. So yeah, so we're sitting there and I'm drinking water, and we're waiting for the ambulance to come, and I'm just honestly sitting in the back of her car like, I cannot believe I just stuck myself with my EpiPen. Like, who does that? But I'm pretty sure it's common. So this is why I'm here making this video, because I know it's common. And so finally the ambulance came, and they checked me out right then and there. They were like, hey, so what's wrong? What happened? So I tell them the whole story. And they checked my blood pressure. It was great. It was good. So they were kind of like, did that thing where like, we can't make you go to the hospital, but we do advise to everyone that they should go to the hospital. So I'm like, once again, like I said, I don't really know how an EpiPen works and how it's on all that situation, because I never used it. So
I was looking at this lady like, okay, like, so like, do I need to go? Like, this guy just checked my blood pressure. My blood pressure is fine. Like, do I really need to go to the hospital? And she's like, well, like I said, like, I always advise everyone to go to the hospital because you did call the ambulance. And I'm like, well, I called the ambulance because, like, that's what I thought. That's what I was told to do. Not that I wanted to call you. That's what I was told to do. But, like, you gotta check me out. And I feel like I'm fine. Why do I need to go to the hospital?
So it was one of those things where, like, a part of me was like, okay, like, you don't need to go to the hospital because you check your blood pressure, you're good. Like, you feel okay. And, like, you're fine. Like, you're going to be good. But the other part of me was like, okay, well, you've never been in a situation before. You never stuck yourself with an EpiPen before. And, I mean, you may feel fine, but internally, maybe there's something that's not fine. So you should go to the hospital and get checked out. So that's what I decided to do. I went to the hospital to go get checked out, and I was in the hospital maybe for a good hour and a half, 2 hours, I want to say. And I mean, they didn't really do anything, which I was mad confused. I don't know if that was the case because of the hospital I was in. I wouldn't say the hospital I was in was like a great hospital. It's just the closest hospital that's near Sydney's house. I wouldn't say it was the best hospital, because like literally I got in there and they checked me in. Obviously they gave me my band and they checked my blood pressure, they checked my temperature, they checked my heart rate. Once again, all of that was fine. And then I kind of like had to sit there and wait for a doctor, which took the longest. But when the doctor came in, like, the doctor was kind of just like, okay, so what happened? Told the doctor what happened. And, you know, she was kind of just like, okay, well, then you don't have a puncture wound and the needle didn't go inside of you, so you're fine, like, you're okay. So I was like, okay. So she wasn't like the best doctor. She wasn't really great at explaining. So listen, the moral of my story time is, if you do own an EpiPen, please be careful. Please be careful, because it's so easy to slip up and think that you have your trainer and it's not the trainer, because at the end of the day it kind of the same. So please be careful. Like, when you're trying to show somebody how to use your EpiPen, make sure you're careful. Make sure you're looking at your tags. Make sure it says trainer on it. Make sure you're keeping your EpiPens far away from kids. Please read the labels and make sure it says trainer before you show somebody. Or matter of fact, just show somebody online, okay? Go on YouTube and look up how to use my EpiPen, and you can show them like that, okay? Just don't even show them with the trainer, because what happened to me may happen to you, and I just do not want that for anybody. But yeah, y'all, that's my little story time video. Comment down below, because I can respond to y'all, because that joint was crazy. If you like this video, give this video a big thumbs up. And like I said, if you haven't subscribed already, make sure y'all subscribe. Alright, blast off.